Welcome to Legacy Conversations, a channel where we preserve military memories and history.
Hello everyone, welcome to a special episode here at Legacy. You know, these days I feel that's the only thing we're actually making is special episodes, but to be frank, that's not true. We have a lot of other episodes also, and we are months and months ahead, which I thank you for because I think it is very important that we actually preserve our own history, because I don't think anybody else is going to do it. And if they do it, they normally have an angle where we normally would try to make you look as bad as possible. Just the way it is. It's the way it is of life. And the only way we can get over this is by, just telling our stories and let people judge us. You know, it's a wonderful thing about this medium of being able to see somebody when they speak is you can look at body language. You can instinctively know whether you're talking to somebody who's honest, who are a bit less than honest. You pick these things up. It's not hard. It's part of human nature. So you're all welcome here. You're all welcome to come and record with us, talk to us. It's for free. The videos we make of you are yours. We don't claim copyright at all. Yes, we have a normal legal warnings about people stealing our videos, which happens often. But you know, you're the owner of that video, which makes us a little bit unique. We don't not a lot of other channels do that. But anyway, we're sitting here on the third floor in our place in Phuket, which is in Thailand. It's a very nice place to visit if you're ever close by, like so many others of you did before. Just call me or send me an email and say you're in town, and you can always come and have a cup of tea. You will not have alcohol here. We don't do the alcohol thing. You'll not have coffee either unless I like you. Simply because we don't do coffee either, we're vegans. Yeah, that's what happens if you're a Seventh-day Adventist, and also happens when you marry a foreigner. But talking about a foreigner, for which I refer to as Rebecca, my wife, of all the people who are supporting Legacy, she's probably the one who supported it most. And I'm really grateful to her. Because in this very room which we're sitting now used to be a bedroom. And the guest house, I suppose you can call it a hotel as well, but legally it will be a guest house. There's legal reasons why we don't want to register as a hotel. A guest house is not really the same as a place where you live. You know, it takes me back to that book. I don't know how many of you read it or can remember it, My Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which came out in the 1990s, and all of us read it and thought we're going to be very rich. And a lot of the things that the man was telling me will actually make a lot of sense. It's no use to have a property which doesn't generate income. But not a lot of people actually have the money to have property which can generate income and you can live in it. Or perhaps you don't live in it, but it just generates income, or you just live in it, but then at least you don't pay rent. Because while you're paying rent, it's always somebody else will get rich. And it's very interesting to me, when you talk about these World Economic Forum people. Yeah, and I expose them in my other books, in the GMJ books. I really expose them there because they have their agendas, and their agendas are plain evil and occultic and satanistic. You remember what they said? By 2030, you will have what? Nothing. And you'll be happy. Yeah. You know why you'll be happy? Yeah, man, because we'll be tracking every move you make. Yeah, they will have everything will be online, and whatever you do will be tracked, and they will come for you. Yeah, definitely. Mark my words. Let's see if I'm right or wrong. Doesn't matter. No fear. It is the end times. It's biblical. It's gonna happen. Can't stop it. Can just try and survive it. But when you have a place like this, every room in it is actually money generating. So for this room to take it and not to generate money from it, like in a bedroom, is very kind of Rebecca, because the losses to the company for doing that means to her is about $1,500 to $2,000 a month. That's what these rooms are worth, little smaller rooms like this. And yet he said to me, look, you just take that place. Let's make it into a studio for you. Let's make it your room, Koos. Let's make it your room. And man, of course, I like that idea. And so now it's a really nice room. Got some of my books here. Got my aircraft, which I got in Swineland at second-hand place. Second-hand. One thing which Swineland is actually quite good for, Switzerland for you who don't know. Well, there's two good things in Switzerland, you know. One is to leave. Always the road to Geneva or Zurich airport is fantastic. Just get out of a shithole which Swineland is and all its people. And then, of course, the second-hand options are really good because they do understand, unlike many other countries, that second-hand means second-hand. So in other words, you can buy stuff for less than half the price you would buy new. And most of them would actually be new, you know, because the swine has too much money and they want to live a lifestyle. And so when they have like a Canon camera and they use it about 50 times, take 50 pictures, 2 years later they sell that thing for less than half the price. One third of the price. We've got some of the Canon cameras we got for five francs. But older than what we got originally. But that is a camera which we bought secondhand for because online classes. We bought it for her entire course. Long story. That's a camera we actually used in South Africa to record all the different aircraft and people and things like that, and it really worked well. Really, really worked well. So that's a good thing about Swineland. But the good thing here in this room is we have a capacity here to record you. So if you are here in Thailand and you're close to Phuket and you want to be recorded, or you want to come and say hello, you're always welcome. You know, you just send me an email. If you have my number, of course, you can call me or just get hold of me in some way. And you can always come and sit here next to me and we can record you. Two people already have done that. One is Colonel Andre Olivier, our chaplain. He came here a few months ago with his wife for his, I think, 25 marriage anniversary. Yeah, I think it was that. And then Elsa was also here with the sharpshooter. She was also here. She got herself locked out of her room because we wanted to go and smoke outside. Because you don't smoke on our premises, you don't drink here either. We don't like alcohol. Dislike alcohol, even coffee, we dislike it. But we can give you rooibos tea. But anyway, Elsa got locked out, and then luckily at that stage, we had bamboo right around the place because we were painting, and she could just then climb up the bamboo back to her room on the first floor, which is very typical of Elsa. There's an episode on that which we made on the building channel, which is not available right now. It will be available once we finished. So this room I've converted now. It's almost done. It's not completely done, but it's almost done into a legacy studio type of room. I was thinking of even putting a cabinet in it, but I'm sure Rebecca will not agree to that. Probably she shouldn't. But many of you guys, you know, you have your pops and things where you entertain people. So this is very much the same to me, but we actually do use it for recordings. But that's the plan. And here to my right, or this way. I don't know if it's left for you, but this way anyway. Then we have a picture hanging. And what happened is we have a frame. And in that frame is 3 different camouflage hats or petta. And I got it from a member of one of the units. And there's a lot of confusion, it seems to me, on exactly what it is, which units. 2 of them are enemy and 1 of them are local, meaning South African. Or perhaps all 3 of them are enemy. It seems even the experts don't know. And they can't figure it out. And some of them think it is fake. But no, it's not fake. There's bullet holes in those things. It's not fake. So what I want here, I have a challenge for you guys. Have a look at this and tell me from the top and then straight down and then right. tell me which hats are we looking at? Because once we have consensus on this, I will put in a little engraving to say this hat comes from, say, Swapper. This hat comes from, say, Fapla. This one comes from, say, Fremlimbo or wherever. And then we can put it in. Why do I want to do that? Simply, guys, because we want to record the history. We want to be sure that history survives. Because I know for a fact that when you write a book, and I wrote many dozens, you do tend to put in what you think is what you want there. You will never put in something you don't agree with. Never. It just doesn't happen because you have full control. Normally. Unless, of course, you're out to the big publishers and they will twist your arm a bit and they will tell you they will not publish unless you do this and do this and this. But most authors are very, very touchy on that subject. They won't do it. Which means that if you read a history book, you always have to remember there's a very definite slang or agenda there. There's a very definite angle. So if you read a book about the German army and it's written by a Russian, then of course you've got to get the Russian view of the German army. And vice versa. You've got to get the other view if it's a Russian writing about a Russian army. You know what I mean? It's going to be different than a German writing about that. So we're exactly the same. I mean, if your enemies are writing the history books, well, let me say former enemies, not sure how former they are, then of course they're going to write their slang on it. They're going to come with their angle. Just the other day I made a video. And in that video I mentioned the Poku insurrections of the 1950s and also talk about a nun. She was also a medical doctor in East London who got caught up in the violence and she got eaten alive. Yeah, she was murdered. And then according to what we know and what we learned, she got eaten. And so I thought to myself, well, let's just check what says the internet. The internet comes out, no, that's not true. No, nothing to do with Poco. That was actually the police fault. Okay, what did the police do? 1952, which caused the death of this woman? Oh, no, they shot some people in Duncan Village in East London. And you know what? And because of that, the next day, this medical doctor, this nun, Sister of Mercy, she drives with a car, which she really liked, into Duncan Village to go and help the people. Yeah, well, they surrounded the car, dragged her out, killed her. But they didn't eat her, apparently. Yeah, okay. You know, it's fascinating how we put these things. Nowhere in that AI-generated crap, and you will probably Wikipedia too, it says he's murdered. No, she's killed. Or she died. You know, it doesn't take a genius to actually understand what they're doing, is it? It doesn't take a genius at all. It's really up for you guys to come and tell your stories. Seriously, you have to come and tell your stories. Otherwise, this kind of crap is going to stand. You know, it doesn't matter whether she died because of Poku or because of ANC, whatever thing. The fact is she was dragged out of a car and murdered. Innocent woman, medical doctor, treating the poor, be there for the poor. That's what happened. Those are the facts. There's no use to come here and tell me, oh, no, you know what, it's actually your fault that she died. Are you... I don't follow the trail. I don't understand such argument. Sorry, I can't. I've only been an attorney for what? Almost 50 years since I qualified. Thank God I don't practice law anymore because that type of thinking to me is just plain stupid. But anyway, let's get back to topic. Guys, tell me what we're looking at. Leave your comments below. Say to me this is this and this. Let us see if we can get to the bottom of this so we can record the history for us and keep it safe. Thank you and God bless. Yeah, I thought I'll just give you a quick view on what the studio looks like now. This picture is one of Rebecca's favorites. Yes, and you get to room 303, which I find actually quite funny, 303. And when you walk in, this is the actual studio. As you can see, very essential, we need good aircon, so we got brand new inverter aircon, very efficient for this room. And yes, the two chairs, so I would be normally sitting there. You can see there's an aspirant actually. And then you have for the guest. And then you have legacy conversations. We have to redo that thing. It's not quite. It wrinkled a bit with the heat. And then you have a few mementos here. We have our two Bibles. They would be here. We have the SAF Museum in Port Elizabeth, Cap. And here we have my aircraft. I got them out of Switzerland. I think I paid about 10 euros for all of them, 10 franc. They were really nice because they're made of metal. They're actually made of metal, and every one is made on a specific aircraft. So you can see it's got names on it. It's not just an aircraft. It's models of famous aircraft. So you have like Enola Gay where we dropped the atomic bomb. This come from Siege, Shell over in Kimberley. Very nice people. Some of the books I've written many more than that, of course. And yeah, it's essential in Thailand anyway. You keep this close to you in every room. Basically, this is for if you have a mosquito bite. You can put this on, it takes away the bite immediately with the sting of it. Okay, this picture is actually crafted by pencil. This is not a photocopy or anything. This is the actual real thing. And this is from Kiramos. In other words, this is the type of things I sell to get some more money. If you haven't seen the videos, then please have a look at the video. You can see it's a medic who's assisting a guy who was injured. It's touching. I even have a statue like that standing there. These ranks of the old Navy we got from the Navy in Cape Town, the Naval Museum there at Simonstad. If you want to, please go and visit them, really good people. That's my own camo. There's a video on that out as well. And here, of course, is the camo which we don't really know what it's about. I'm sorry, I'm reflecting a bit in the window. I'm trying not to reflect in the window. Let's see this. Okay, so this is the camo which we were talking about in this video earlier. Here's going to change. I put some of the tools up here. You wouldn't believe how cheap these tools are. It's amazing. Here we're going to put more book racks. Normally we use this to take pictures of food for menus. And then like this would be the normal cupboard which have clothes and computer stuff in it. That safe, we also put computer stuff in it, and it will be moved into the cupboard, make more space for books. Here we're gonna put a full screen for the projector. It's coming there, so the TV is gonna move, gonna get out. And then we have a safe, big safe with all the cameras and things in it. They're worth a bit of money. And of course, before you go on, you need to have a mirror to check yourself. It's gross enough to see me in a picture, but anyway. So yeah, so it's the originals. Now the new ones look a bit different, but it will work, and it's got warm water, cold water, toilet, wet room. Not completely done, still have to do that style. You can see there's a mirror has to come up here. But we're still busy upstairs with you see there the green light is actually a small little heater, geyser for the warm water. But it's adequate. It's adequate for me. I don't need more than this. So yeah, this is the room which we record. And I hope to see one of you here quite soon. This certificate we're quite proud of because was given to Legacy by Freedom Battalion Veteran Association. Some of the books are very valuable. Most of them are actually signed by the authors because they've been on Legacy or they are friends of mine. And yeah, all of you guys, you're always welcome.
Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell to receive notifications.